Let's fucking go.
Let's fucking do the damn thing.
Let's do it.
It's so good to be back.
Oh, I've dusted off my boots, put on my hat, and headed on over the hill.
Mm-hmm.
I am fully back in. I'm locked the fuck in.
Old San Fernando.
I have so locked in with San Fernando Valley in the last 24 hours that I can't even begin.
I've never been more locked in my life than I am right now.
This cast is locked the fuck in.
They're on fire.
They're on fire. They know what the job is. They are here. They understood the assignment. And not only did they understand it, they shot it up in a hailstorm of bullets.
They're really delivering.
Yeah.
It's so good when you're reunited with ghouls of yore.
Yeah.
And see that they are still committed to ghouling.
To straight up ghouling.
To straight up ghouling and haunting these hills. And I'm filled with nothing but gratitude and wonder and awe.
Terror.
A little bit of terror.
Fear.
Some fear.
I have concern.
I'm deep. I've voiced my concerns and I'll continue to ring the alarm because I do think things will end badly.
I 100% agree, especially after this.
What's going on just in the world? We have the And Just Like That season.
Guys.
Is it season 3 now?
Yes.
The season 3 trailer has dropped.
Summer in the City. That's the title of the season. And it's giving me everything I needed and more. The poster alone is giving Manhattan Henge. It's giving Sarah Jessica Parker's commitment to Manhattan Henge. No one has been more devoted to Manhattan Henge than SJP.
It's
and
true.
She said, we're going to do a poster where we're walking Beatle style across Fifth Avenue. And I'm going to turn my head and I will be wearing a white top hat.
Her commitment
Cream top hat.
To
the
dressing
worst.
like a witch later in life, like a door witch. Which I don't know what that is, but it is just like...
A door witch?
Just a door witch.
Like a witch that works the door?
Yeah, or like a witch that you would hang on the door.
Oh, like a decor.
She's dressed like
I thought you meant like a witch like at like a club. Like maybe?
No, maybe, not no.
Yeah.
But it's like a witch that you would get at like Michael's. It's not a scary witch,
no, it's
but
like
a friendly, fun...
Miss Frizzle.
Yeah, Miss Frizzle ass witch. I don't know how Carrie Bradshaw went from being a like sexy, tight-bodied,
body wrap,
just like vintage loving queen to a door witch, but here we are.
I was so shaken by the hat.
I'm shaken by all the outfits. I'm going to be really honest. They are dressing. This is Nana's on parade.
Can I say something?
This is an elder hour.
Not me, a man, telling a woman what to wear, but I'm like, can we get some pants up in here? Can someone, not to be like that, I mean, can't someone be wearing just a hardy jumpsuit? Can Miranda be in like a jumpsuit, a power suit?
I feel like if you showed young Carrie Bradshaw this version of herself,
she would be like, I'm going to go shoot myself.
She'd say no.
This poofy dress, Carrie only wears dresses now. She only wears little skirts.
Yeah, nary does she wear a pant.
Where's Katharine Hepburn when you need her? Seriously. Where's the Carrie of even Sex and the City 2 where she's wearing a tuxedo with a gorgeous Snow White evil witch crown?
That was when it was I said she's starting.
Yeah, but I would take that.
That was when the stylist was starting.
I would take that over this. I mean, is she wearing pants in this?
She sometimes wears a pant.
I don't need her to be wearing pants at all times, but that poster, I was like, they're all wearing like picnic blankets.
You can't move around the city of Manhattan dressed like this.
Maybe those are parachute pants.
They could be a parachute.
They could be MC Hammer. I'm sorry, Miranda.
I've never seen anything like this.
Miranda looks
like
she looks out of all of them. She looks.
But I saw some outfits where I was like, she looks like a hot air balloon.
Yeah, but she looks. I think she actually looks the best out of all of them in this.
Yeah,
but like, I just
dressed Charlotte in like a gingham getup.
Yeah,
to go by the river. I was like,
Charlotte's like, and she's in a
Charlotte's like mentally deteriorating.
She's
with every passing day. Charlotte's dementia grows stronger and stronger.
It's called Twilight for a reason.
I also was like, I'm seeing a lot of kids in this season that I don't want to be seeing. I'm seeing like children's plays being like a big thing, and I was like, can we cut that?
I'm sorry.
I'm into rock.
I'm not. I don't care about Lily.
I've never cared about Lily. She fucked everything up when she stole Carrie's phone on her first wedding to Big, and I said,
and now she's
this little bitch. She better get the fuck out of here. She's ruining everything, and I've had it with her and her attitude.
Now she's having like a love affair with like a Baryshnikov kind of person.
I don't care.
I don't give a fuck. I don't care about the kids. I don't want to know about the kids.
I don't want to know.
It's
kids
not
are
about
there
the kids.
To be like very tertiary characters.
We accepted Brady when he was a newborn because it was like essential to the plot.
And it was also like he was just a prop.
Yeah.
And he was there to do funny things like have Samantha put a vibrator in his chair so he would stop crying.
Poop on her forehead.
Yeah.
But now every time Brady speaks, I go, shh.
I didn't see any Brady in the trailer.
I hope Brady has finally been like arrested.
Brady is in.
They arrested him at the border of New Jersey.
Brady's been shipped off to El Salvador, sadly.
Oh no!
And Miranda is not trying to get him back.
God, this future of America.
But
I think Brady was apprehended at the border of New York, New Jersey, with a car full of like arsenal.
Brady was actually found to be the Tesla bomber in Las Vegas.
Well,
and has been subsequently imprisoned. But
girl, the Tesla bomber was in the Tesla.
Well then problem solved. No more Brady.
But it was, I don't need the kids. It's not about the kids. It's about the girls. I want to see the girls, but it's also like, where are the girls?
Where are the girls?
Where's Che?
No, Che's gone.
I'm sorry. I'm craving me some Che.
Che was.
They
them were shipped off.
Laura, stop.
No, they were. They're gone forever.
They are working.
They're nary to be seen again.
They're working at the vet clinic in Midtown.
Many people.
So you're saying
that's the grand euphemism.
They're saying just like that now exists in like, this is like a year into Trump's America where people are getting disappeared even more left and right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Future jump. And like now it's kind of like on TikTok, the trend of having to say like cute winter boots is like, we talked about this on the pod.
What is that again?
It was just like, it wasn't a very well thought out euphemism. It kind of was an all encompassing euphemism for like needing to get a gun, but also arming up, but also like being aware. It just wasn't well thought out, but I'm here to provide a new euphemism for if people are getting disappeared. It's that they work at the vet clinic in Midtown. So you say like,
Chase stole the clinic.
ICE came and now XYZ is working at a vet clinic in Midtown. And that means gone.
But the women are not, after Che's removal from this world, the women are not playing around.
Oh, it didn't stop them. No, they didn't even pause.
But they all have guns.
I would love to see Carrie open a teeny purse and pull out like a bejeweled gun and just shoot a waiter dead.
Yeah.
For not making the Cosmo right.
Wait, so is Miranda like a news anchor now? What the fuck is going on? Is she like a talking head on CNN?
She might be.
She's on like She's like a new MSNBC. Absolutely MSNBC.
Mm-hmm.
But she's now like, what is she like? Is she porking like a college intern? Like, what the fuck? What is happening?
I don't know.
Miranda's full les now.
I think full lesbian.
Okay.
I think. Right. I don't know. We'll have to watch and find out. But Charlotte? I just know that Carrie needs to be put under citizen's arrest.
For the outfits?
For the outfits. Enough is enough.
Wait.
Why are you doing this to me? Question mark. I didn't put in years of my life. Who is aspirationally looking at their fashion? Like, please, no one is looking at their fashions and saying, God, I want to dress like that.
No.
If I dressed like how Carrie Bradshaw dresses,
I'd be really worried.
I'd be
about
5150.
I would say I take you by the arm and bring you to, what's the other? That's the not Cedar-Sinai Hospital.
I just thought the Beverly Center.
I take you to the Beverly Center, to their secret ward, to their prison. They have a prison in the Beverly Center for women suffering a fashion crisis.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm just alarmed at the shots of Aiden in like a country town. I'm like, I don't want to leave New York.
Aiden is never not a jump scare.
Aiden needs to just go.
He's got.
Carrie just needs to fuck. I want Carrie to fuck other people. I want to hear this. That's what I want to hear. I don't want to hear Aiden. I don't want to see Virginia's for Lovers pendants on the fridge. Why the fuck is there a magnet that says Virginia's for Lovers on her incredible New Orleans style, French Quarter Chateau?
She is living in the French
But where is this house again? Gramercy?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
I'm here for her mansion.
And she's
I guess
like living with Miranda?
I didn't pick up on
Aren't
that.
they all like living together?
I don't know. I don't know.
Why did I think they were all like, I thought Miranda was like living with Carrie now. Like upstairs, downstairs. Like,
what led you to believe that?
I thought Miranda was like unhoused now because she got kicked out of the house that she sold to Steve in their divorce. Like, I think.
Well, she was living with
Nia Wallace. Who's gone too. Where the fuck is Nia?
Disappeared.
She went to Berkeley.
Well, didn't she work at Columbia?
Oh. And they capitulated to the whims of a fascist.
I'm saying, I think it's a safe assumption that these women are all working at a vet clinic in Midtown Manhattan.
Oh my God.
But I wish them well. I mean, we're going to talk about it. We're going to cover the show, of course.
Well, if Miranda's like a popular rising
she's next.
Anchor on MSNBC, the journalists are going to start getting sent to the vet clinic soon.
Here's hoping that season 4 goes to a place of like Alex Garland's Civil War and like warfare with Miranda at like the front lines.
Mm-hmm.
Miranda is kind of like Kirsten Dunst's character.
Just being like,
but more like on video.
Mm-hmm. She's not behind the scenes. She's an on camera.
She's on camera talent now.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna watch. This is gonna be my favorite show. I know, like it already is my favorite show. It fuels my life force. But also, like, Miranda doesn't seem like I feel like her knowing Miranda as well as I do, she would not be like, I don't want to be on camera.
Maybe the joke is actually on the fans, and we thought we knew these women.
That's.
But we clearly never had a clue who these women really were at their core.
100%. And I think the only one who truly knows them is Michael Patrick King and SJP. But let's get Pat Fields back, please.
It's not happening.
No!
I'm really.
Please.
I just watched the show. I watched the trailer and I'm like, what are they even talking about?
Hot summer and hot child in the city. This is the slap. This is it. This is the sounds of the chateau.
Just a rhythmic fuck.
But meanwhile, you come in and it's you think it's that, and then it's Carrie playing like, what's the thing where the paddle?
Paddleball?
Yeah, where you hit the thing with the string. That's
Yeah.
just her. That's all she does in her big poofy dress.
I don't understand
waiting for
it.
Aiden to come back for their like weird arrangement where he's like, give me 2 years. The fuck?
Move on.
Move on.
Be alone. For once
Yeah.
in your life, you codependent freak.
Anyway.
Anyways, much
there's-
to think about.
Also, in like the random news, I have my eye on this story, and I've been keeping my eye on it I've been monitoring for a few
Mhm.
weeks. The rumors of Ana de Armas and Tom Cruise's courtship, which is just tickling me.
Mm-hmm.
They were
She's constantly used as like
a beard,
a beard or just like a
image rehab.
Yeah, a girlfriend, a paid girlfriend.
Yeah,
Her resume is padded. I guess also if you're, I like 36. I think by the time, like if you're a beautiful actress, famous internationally, and you're really career focused, and you're not really in a rush to get married or have kids,
Mhm.
you should spend up until you're 40 at least with some really good paid girlfriend gigs.
This might be the best paid girlfriend gig of all.
I know, but it's also scary because you have to deal with Scientology people.
Well, I'm wondering.
That's the scary part.
So I think I remember reading that Ana de Armas was dating one of the founders of Tinder, and they were living in like Vermont. Can we Google that really quick? So I was like, when this first rumor, there was a first spotting of them in London together, Tom and Anna.
Are they in a movie together?
I'm not sure. Yeah, she started dating
Paul Buchadek.
Oh, they parted ways in November.
Okay, just in time.
Very recently, and then very soon after, she was seen with Mr. Cruz in London, his like adopted city.
No, she was photographed kissing the Cuban president. It just said.
What?
The relationship ended in late 2024, with Ana de Armas later being photographed kissing Manuel Inigo Cuesta, the stepson of the Cuban president. I like her international vibes.
I'm obsessed with her. She literally moved to America and learned how to speak English from like reading sides. Like she's got her eye on the prize, and I love Ana.
And I loved her in Blonde.
And I'm really excited to see her in John Wick. She's like the
ballerina.
Yeah, it's gonna be good. But I'm wondering if like she and Tom are just kind of like kikiing. They might just be like gay and girl. They might just be like gay besties.
He's looking a little lesbian in this photo, I won't lie.
But I'm sorry, this is giving couple. The dogs coming off, you know what I mean? Helicopter. Something's going on.
Maybe he just gave her a ride.
Why are they hanging out?
They must be in a movie together.
Maybe they're just like,
I would just believe that they're friends. They're kind of in the action universe together.
Or she's being slowly groomed to be his next bride.
Maybe it's just for a business meeting.
I
trust that she knows whatever it is that's going on. I trust that she knows what she's doing.
I think she's in complete control. I'm just saying, look at that picture of him. They're one to watch. I think they're a couple. They're possible. Like this is giving a little interest. Maybe he's trying something new and he's not having her get brought into Scientology.
Maybe.
Do you think she's being audited?
I don't know.
I would pay good money to watch Ana de Armas get audited.
Mm-hmm.
Not because I'm like, I don't think she like has anything to expose. I just think it would be a very random, it would be sort of the culmination of my life's work.
Yeah.
If I got to see.
It all ends with that.
Ana de Armas getting audited.
That's your final, and then you can retire.
And then I can retire and like move to.
You'll move to Vermont.
Yeah, I'll move to New Hope, Pennsylvania. But like, I would love to watch her get audited.
I like to think that she's doing like recon, that this is like a long, like spy kind of long play. I don't know. She was the stepson of the Cuban guy. I mean, we don't know who she's working for, but I don't love to see. I'll put it this way. If a woman is this close to a Scientology overlord, my whole spirit yearns for it to be like
just friends.
No, I yearn for it to be recon to take them down ultimately.
I think with Tom, who he is, even if you're just a friend, he's gonna give you a talk about like, you know what I mean? Like I know he was I think I remember hearing he was trying to get the Beckhams. Remember he was really close with them for a minute when they moved to LA. I just love her. Like she did it with Ben. Remember her, like, remember the photos of her just laughing? Yeah,
always laughing at everything he said.
That was a moment.
It was. Wow. I love your love for her.
You've
always rode for her.
I ride for her. I think she's cool. I've been riding for her since Blade Runner, but I'm a little concerned. I'm not gonna lie. Not gonna lie.
I'm gonna choose to believe that
they're just friends.
No, I'm choosing to believe that this is like a long con on her part.
That she works for the Cuban government.
I don't know. Where any government would be lucky to have her.
MI6.
I just think like she's on a long con mission to find Shelley at the end of the day. And that's the fanfic and that's the narrative I'm going to tell myself.
Sources are saying, there are sources denying that they're a couple and that it's for a Days of Thunder sequel.
Yeah, I figured they're probably in a movie together.
No, I did too, but I'm like something else is brewing. That's just my antenna's up.
what woman would willingly get with Tom Cruise? Like, what kind of cachet does that even have at this point? I don't feel like it has the kind of like cachet that it did back in like Tomcat days. Like, I don't know what good it would do her to.
True. But you never know.
I kind of know.
Okay.
I feel like I know.
All right.
I wouldn't assuage your fears,
right,
and tell you that Anna's going to be okay.
I trust her that she can fend for herself. I just always worry.
I know
when there's like,
but like, there's bigger fish to fry, and there's many other things that can take up the worrying space in your brain.
Like Lindsay Lohan getting cast in a new Hulu show.
Release Anna.
Yeah. Oh, I've released her.
Okay, good.
Anytime he's hovering around a new potential suitor,
a young, beautiful 30-something. Yeah.
You know.
Fair.
One to watch.
I just really need to get into the Valley because I'm so excited to talk about it. And everything else truly pales in comparison to what these people have brought to the table. And it's just so good to see almost everyone again.
I'm Carrie.
I'm Lara.
And you're listening to
Sexy Unique Podcast, Valley of the Dolls.
We're back.
We're so fucking back.
We're getting sort of like a hodgepodge compilation of talking heads and interviews about Jax's cocaine rock bottom.
Everyone's sitting down back in the stew once again. And the producer is talking to Brittany and he goes, as someone who's gotten divorced, I know from firsthand experience, it's really hard. I was like, ew
TMI.
I don't want to hear about your fucking divorce. I'm sure you've gotten divorced.
Yeah.
You work on the fucking Valley.
Yeah,
Vanderpump
loop us out. That's crossing a boundary.
Ooh.
You could tell Brittany was even like, what?
She was like, what? But then she goes, especially with someone like Jax.
Jax, you hear Jax go, this is real time. Nobody wins in this situation.
It cuts to Brittany in the kitchen screaming at Jax, and she goes, I'm filing right away, getting custody, filing a restraining order.
Well,
we'll find out why.
And then we see a smash cut of Doute at the kitchen island. There's like seems to be some kind of intervention happening
at a kitchen island.
And she says to Jax, you can't be around Cruz alone. I don't understand how rock bottom for you isn't that. But I was like, damn, Doute's making sense in this world.
If anyone thinks for even 1 second that this is Jax Taylor's rock bottom, they don't fucking know what rock bottom is. We haven't even seen Jax scratch the surface of what his rock bottom is.
That's Mad Max.
No, like his rock bottom is truly like the lost footage in Event Horizon. That's what Jax's rock bottom looks. This is like another day in the life of Jax Taylor's like Hollywood journey.
Jax's rock bottom.
Rock bottom.
Rock bottom.
Your rock bottom.
Your rock bottom.
That's what Brittany thinks rock bottom is.
Rock bottom. That's the name.
No, yeah, that's what she thinks.
Episode.
That's what she thinks it is. She goes, "You're rock bottom. It's rock bottom for you.
This is rock bottom for you. I'm filing a restraining order against you."
Jack's going, I am going to a treatment center.
Oh, shut the fuck up.
You're such a fucking liar.
But Jax's rock bottom, like it threatens the whole city.
Jax's rock bottom is no, I would take it even further. His rock bottom is a nuclear level event that threatens life on this planet as we know it. Like this is truly, I'm telling you with every fiber of my being, this is just the fucking beginning. You have never even seen what rock bottom.
There's like a chance that Jax may steal like a dirty bomb and go rogue across country and go on like there'll be like a national manhunt for this man who literally has a warhead and is ready to set it the fuck off.
Jax will kill.
He will kill thousands, millions if he can. In
the story of his like finding rock bottom, these are some of the happiest memories he'll have.
I'm filing a restraining order against you. I mean, that sucks. And then we found out why.
Well, let's just pump the brakes. Cruz hates Jax. There's one scene of him like being like, "I love you, my boy," and Cruz is like, "Ah," like he's like wants nothing to do with him.
He wants Mummy.
Then it goes 7 days earlier. 7 days.
We go to Jesse, and I just continue to be so attracted to him. I hate it. And I'm sorry, when men have that like spiky tattoo on their arm, I don't know what happens to me.
It's like it does something to gay men, I think.
It takes me back to like watching
it's Abercrombie
2000s era porn on my like PC and watching like straight porn.
Sync.
And like and all the straight porn stars had like tattoos like that, and it does something to me.
Jesse's home decor makes me incredibly upset.
Mm-hmm. Where does he live in the hills?
He lives right behind Chateau Marmont.
Oh.
He goes, Michelle's moved out, and finally I get to arrange things the way I want. And it cuts to like his bed, like his Hermes pillows. I was like, you're disgusting.
He's such a tool.
His like clothes. I was just like, you are sick.
They hate each other so much.
Well, I think that Jesse hates Michelle because he's still in love with Michelle, and she's wounded him in a way no woman has wounded him before. I think Michelle, like,
totally over it.
Has moved on. I think Michelle moved on years ago.
I think Michelle moved on the minute her daughter came out of her and was like, I need to start making the plans to extract me and my daughter from this marriage. My own. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that she hates that she's connected to him for life via their daughter, which was arguably one of the biggest mistakes she's ever made. But at least she's glad that she has Isabella, kind of. But like Jesse gets under her skin purposely. But I think that he is still really hurt.
He loves her.
He loves her. And then he like proceeds to like compare everything to her. I was like, this man's in love with her.
Their daughter is so cute.
She's very cute.
And Michelle looks so good. She's very chic.
Mm-hmm. We cut to Janet and Jason.
Rindom.
Truly, unbelievably random. I go, who are these people? When I see their house, I go, what is this? It's like going into an alternate.
What is this?
It's an alternate universe, experiencing them on TV. They're two people that should never have ever been on TV, but somehow COVID created an alternate timeline where they ended up on a show.
It's like at the end of Annihilation where Natalie Portman's peering into the like glowing alien and you just see her eyes light up. That's you.
That's me watching.
You looking at Janet's house going, what is this?
No, I literally am like, what is happening here?
I think Jason is very cute.
Sure, but they're both.
I think Janet is so, I'm sorry to say, random. Their baby's sweet.
Who cares?
But I don't really give a fuck.
They're too random to care. And every time I see them, I literally am like, whomst are you?
I go.
Yeah.
We get to the militia house. Luke and Doute still are not pregnant at this point. And he's like, I really think Luke's looking pretty good.
Get the fuck out of here.
I'm sorry. There's something about these guys in the show. I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me.
I don't know what the fuck is wrong with me
to
either. I didn't experience any tingles watching this show for anyone.
What's wrong with me?
I don't know. But
well,
it's
you
good.
Also like Nexium guys. So.
I know. Well, no one's doing that for me on this particular series.
No one's giving you like a pussy throb.
No one's giving me a
like
throb.
Vanguard.
I have no throb.
Right. Well, I'm getting a throb from these fucking idiots, and I hate it.
You need to jerk it more often, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know what's happening. Luke he's transformed in a way.
He scares me. Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think he's going to like, I think he probably would like, I don't know. But he goes, you know, I think we should probably start thinking about like changing our lifestyle if we were really serious about pregnancy. And then he's like, maybe stop drinking less. And then Doute goes, I don't know. In her confessional, she goes, I think back to like the 70s, people were like chain smoking and like pregnant. And then like when I came out of my mom, people were still doing that. Look how it turned out.
It's because the 70s, everyone fucking smoked inside, rock and roll.
Look how I turned out. She went full. You see,
Doute is a flower child of the 70s. She goes, back in the gypsy, everyone used to smoke. She does not want to change one lifestyle thing about her. He says, maybe stop drinking and smoking. She goes,
late 70s, early 80s, baby. She goes, Betty Davis eyes. And he's like, what? And she's like, what?
What I am happy about is that they no longer have a fridge in their living room. I was Fridge Watch
That's
2025
That's
and
high
I
alert.
said, will it be there? And
They took
prayed,
the cues. Maybe they listened to us.
it would be for the best. But there is only now one huge fridge in their house, and it's mercifully in the kitchen where it belongs.
My mom was smoking back in when was she born?
Doute goes,
By
my
the
mom
way.
smoked ice with me.
When was she born? Was she born? I'm
No, she's like my age.
I know, but I was like, I'm
In
like,
the 70s.
yeah, I was like, what were you born in like 74?
Spiritually, she was born in 1969, in the summer of 69.
In the hate.
Doute is revealing herself to be a timeless vampire who actually has been around for hundreds of years.
She goes, people with chain smoking and alone. Betty Davis eyes. That's her.
She is.
Luke is not, he doesn't know what he's in for, and I love it.
I have never loved a relationship more, and I do think she met her match.
I do. I think he is like completely devoted to her.
He is, and he does hope that she will lead Daughters of the Revolution out of the militia. Like, he has a long plan, but what he doesn't know is Doute is hard to tame.
You can't tame a
You
child.
can't tame
of
a wild beast. You can't tame a child of the summer of 69.
Yeah. You can't tame
A lady of the canyon.
a daughter of the Aquarius.
Mm-mm.
This is the age of the Aquarius, baby. And she is the #1 Aquarius child. You'll see your Aquarius. But I love that. Fucking rock and roll. Let's go.
Rock and roll. People fucking smoked indoors.
Thank God she's having a kid. She really just wanted that.
Look, I'm happy for her,
Fucking
and I
loved
do
it,
believe
man.
her daughter is the second coming of Christ.
Yeah, me too.
I would stand by that.
we-
Jasmine and her rindom girlfriend are unfortunately too rindom for me.
I know, but I do like Jasmine.
I accept them.
I like that she's from Jersey.
I accept them.
She
but
goes,
it
Melissa's
doesn't make
the
them
one.
any less rindom.
She goes, Melissa's the one. She works in tech. I was like, okay.
Did we meet Melissa last
I
season?
think she maybe debuted her like once or twice, but she wasn't like a central Jasmine.
Jasmine said, "I have a girl."
Yeah, she was. She alluded to her. I think. I don't think we ever saw her though. But,
Okay.
But being like, I love. She's the one. She works in tech. I was like, cool. And she goes, and she's a great lay.
Okay. All right. Okay.
All right.
All right. I said, all right.
She's a great lay.
Okay, Jasmine.
I had a friend once, non-ironically, like a girlfriend once, non-ironically say like he wasn't a good lay, and I was like,
It's weird.
I've never heard, like no one is other than her. No one's ever said like.
I'd rather people bring back the term like ballin' than lay. Like
I don't
they
like.
balled.
I don't like. You need to get laid. I don't even. I
don't like it
I've
either.
always been like very repelled by that. I don't know what's wrong with me. Am I too like modest?
No, I think
just think it's
calling
like-
someone a great lay is like,
But being like, I need to get laid. It's like, ew. It feels almost, if you really think about it, the way I hear it, it sounds almost like a weird science fiction. I don't understand. Does that make any sense?
a little, but I'm
You're
with you
great.
on just like not. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah. Ooh.
I don't want to hear it from anyone. My reaction when someone goes great lay is truly. All right.
I love. All right. Ooh.
Okay. Moving along.
People. That's literally how I feel anytime anyone talks really about like when they're not talking about sex in like a lol way. When they're talking about it like genuinely, I'm always like, ooh. I go. Ooh. And that maybe says more about like my discomfort with sex, maybe, but like my Catholic shit. But I just always go like, I don't really want to hear this. Anyway, we go to Michelle.
We cut to Danny and Mia's condo of confusion.
Sorrow.
Their condo of sorrow is still
The triangle of sadness.
now
They're
they have
3 kids.
3 kids. And Danny goes, I thought 2 under 2 was hard. 3 under 3 is way harder.
I'm like, you're an alcoholic.
He scares me.
You're a private alcoholic.
Yeah.
This is an Al-Anon family system. I'm seeing it.
Jax.
I just wrote everyone's divorced.
Mhm.
This is literally what happens.
Jax is definitely coked out leaf blowing in his front yard, and Jesse comes over.
Mm-hmm.
And I have a theory about this scene between Jax and Jesse.
What?
I put on my detective monocle.
You put on your top hat.
And I got to work. So I think that this was a pickup scene that was filmed after the fact, because I noticed that Jax's hand, like, he has a hand tattoo that shows up in interviews that wasn't showing up in this scene, but that hand looked like it had like pancake makeup on it. Like, it looked too smooth. And I think that they like picked
Continuity.
this up. I was like, I think they had to film this to like lay groundwork for what they're about to reveal.
Yeah.
But
imagine Jesse just popping over to your house. That's when you'd be like, I've done something wrong.
No, that's like when a demon arrives. You hear like clicking and knocking sounds in the walls. And that's when you know within 48 hours, Jesse's going to roll up to your house in a BMW.
And you have to give him a gift.
Mm-hmm. You'd be like, hey, man.
You have to give him like a basket of veggies, some tea, and like maybe a baby.
Jesse rolling up into your driveway is incredibly, where are you going? Where have you been?
He's very Arnold Friend. He's also he kind of looks like a Halloween costume, like picture of the devil.
He does.
You know, like, can't you see him like with like the cape and the like the classic like Halloween adventure devil? That's what he looks like.
Mm-hmm. So Jax and Brittany have been separated for 9 months, but Jax says they were on the path to a possible reconciliation.
Brittany went, why don't we try to work on our marriage? I'll come over.
I want to see you.
I want to see you. I want to work on our marriage.
And she was over at the house, and oh, by the way, Brittany was forced to leave their marital home and go live in Airbnbs with their autistic son, Cruz. And Jax stayed at the house because Jax refused to leave. He's
a piece of shit.
Yeah. And so Brittany's been like living in Airbnbs with Cruz and like disrupting his schedule because Jax refused to leave their home.
He's a really amazing person.
So she was over and he went on her iPad and saw that she had sent his friend Julian a sexy video.
What does that mean?
I don't know.
Was she just going?
She's going, oh.
I don't know where to put these. I gotta put these somewhere.
There's a video of her accidentally slamming her tits in cabinets.
It was like tit crush video, whatever that means.
So Jax got so angry that he threw a coffee table at Brittany and flipped his shit. And
he flipped the table and it hit Brittany's thigh, and the thigh turned black and blue. Michelle is like listening to this. You can hear her blinks.
Jax is also, what I loved, wearing a sweatshirt that says dad life.
He's
the disgusting.
Worst.
He's the worst person on the face of the planet. That's what I'm telling you. He's nowhere near rock bottom.
It's very
you don't
like
go
when
dad life when you're explaining how you threw a coffee table at your wife wearing a dad life shirt. I'm sorry, you have not even scraped the surface. It's
very like when he would like pretend to be a good person and like do the right thing. And like, remember when like he broke up with Carmen at the pizza place and was just kind of like, he was like, just one piece of pizza, maybe one soda. He's like, I'm not going to be here long. And then Carmen comes in her face. She's literally like, what the fuck? Yesterday, you literally told me you wanted to make me pregnant. And today you're telling me like, this isn't a healthy relationship and I need to get out because I'm still in love with Stassi.
He is truly a beast from the lowest depths of hell. Like everything that he says and does is a lie. So when you can filter it through that, everything he says and does becomes iconic.
Also, Brittany being like, you parade around town with a bunch of sluts. She's like, why couldn't I have some fun too? I need to have some fun. I'm on the brim.
Jack says that he goes, she was planning on moving back into my home. My home.
Your home.
So he made them move into an Airbnb.
Wait, wasn't he cheating on her constantly and like parading? Like he was like being paparazzi like with
women,
random women.
Yeah,
but
remember we found that woman whose tits were so huge. He was like photographed with a woman who had just like ginormous tits, and we like found her. That. We did it on the pod.
Maybe I blacked out.
Yeah. Jax goes to Jesse. He goes, no, he's in his interview. He goes, Yeah, I mean, I raged. I saw red. I lost my cool, but show me a guy that wouldn't handle the situation the way I handled it.
Show me a guy that wouldn't throw a table at his wife and the mother
Show
of his
me a
child.
guy who wouldn't commit an act of domestic violence against his bitch wife for sending a text to a man.
No one really said that part, that part of like that it's literal domestic violence.
No one
really said, like, Brittany wasn't like, I'm literally like taking him and moving across country.
This is why I know he'll kill. It may not be today and it may not be tomorrow, but I believe
that stuff escalates
100%.
As we know.
And I just love, show me a guy who wouldn't handle it.
Show me a guy that wouldn't chuck a table at his wife and hit her thigh.
Hit her knee.
Can you imagine?
No.
Can you imagine? Like, I know Brittany's got to like pay the bill. She got to pay the bills for cruise, and like she needs to support probably her family at home a little. But like, the minute a table is thrown, you better run for the hills.
I would be calling the cops.
I'd have a security guard outside my house every night.
He also did it with Cruz in the house. He goes, Cruz didn't see it, thank God.
Thank God Cruz was in the room.
I'm sure he heard it.
I'm sure he heard screaming and crying and like things being thrown. I'm sure like he's clearly, I can't.
Show me a guy. Just show me one guy who wouldn't handle it exact same way.
I love Julian and Brittany's love. I love that she fucked one of Jax's friends. I think it's incredible work. Julian literally looks like Lou Bega. And I love it. I think it's amazing. And I love that she did it. After all he's put her through, after every humiliation, that she fucked one of his friends and sent him a sexy, busty video. I think it's genius.
Well, I do think I love it too. And I'm 100% team torture Jax at all costs. But I also think that it's I do think Brittany's really hurt by him. And I think it's an act out of, much like how Jesse is still obsessed with Michelle, I do think Brittany is still kind of obsessed with Jax.
No, I do too. I'm just saying it's definitely as a viewer satisfying.
At that point. But then I think when it escalates and she realizes this man is throwing furniture at me because of this, then it's like a wake up call.
She needs to date, like, I'm telling you, she needs to date like not that she needs a man, but she needs to date.
But she wants a man.
She needs to date like a very powerful NFL player who, like, if Jax tried to do, like, they would have him like killed. Mm-hmm. Like, that's what I want.
Yeah.
I want her to have complete protection.
300 pounds of pure brawn.
Yeah, like that Jax wouldn't even think about, because when you
know what she needs to do?
What? Arm up?
No, well that. She needs a fucking suite of guns.
Yeah.
She needs to sleep with a fucking loaded shotgun
and a
under her
golf club.
pillow. Yeah, under her pillow. She needs to date a hockey player, a famous hockey player, because Jax loves hockey.
Oh my God.
That would
destroy
him. I'm so please, Brittany, if you're listening, please date an NHL player.
Also, please just leave. That's a genius idea too, but also just leave this pool of people.
No, don't.
No. Of dating.
For dating. Oh yeah.
Don't fuck anyone in this circle. It's beneath you. Just get away from anyone who has any kind of affiliation from Jax. Even though it probably was kind of satisfying to send Julian a sexy, creamy video, you need to remove yourself and date only up.
What if the video wasn't even that sexy?
I'm sure it was just her.
She's like, "Hey, I thought about you today." It's like it's just her like
taking
sending
shots.
Like a video, like a cameo to him.
I need to take some shots before I send this video.
I'm so nervous. I thought of you today and touched myself. And Jax saw that and goes, "Whoa! Show me a man who wouldn't react the same way." I was like, in the world that Jax lives in, every man is one video away from hurling furniture at a woman.
At a woman's knee.
And Jax lives in a world
that's okay.
where that's like a completely normal, justified reaction.
Oh, 100%.
In his mind, he says, show me one man in the world
who would not
throw furniture at a woman for doing this. And he's like, any man I ask would do the same thing.
What if the video was just from the view of the floor and it was just her wearing wedge heels, just walking around the kitchen in circles? You don't even see her, you just see her feet. And
what if the video was just a close-up of her bare feet, but really dirty underneath her going, I'm taking off my Converse, and I haven't worn socks in weeks. Ooh, they stink. They smell like fish. Feet are dirty. Look at them. Sexy. And then Jax just goes.
That's the only possible thing I could of like the kind of content that would make him. I mean, I think he wants to throw a furniture at her in general, but I think the escalation is like it must have been feet.
I think if anyone does enough coke, you will eventually find yourself throwing furniture at someone.
True. T.
But like, also Jax's outsized reaction tells me that like he's fucked a corpse. Like I was like, this is like a man with like,
what?
No, I just think like if you're getting mad at something like that, you've actually done exponentially worse things of your own. Like I could see him fucking a dead body.
Whoa.
He's just a sick man.
You took it there.
Well, what?
Necrophilia.
It's true.
Yeah, he's witness. He's
Someone
done
would
or
give him keys to the morgue, and like I think you do enough coke, you'll take the keys to the morgue.
I mean, as someone who did enough coke, I mean, I never got to that level, but like I did find myself in just odd. You find yourself in just bizarre situations.
Exactly. You do enough amphetamine.
You
end up doing weird sexual things.
Hopefully it's like just me where you just end up like being inexplicably naked and like putting people off. And like at like
that's
6
best
a.m.
case scenario.
Yeah, and like people are like, okay.
Yeah. But I think that like Jax has seen and fucked things that are unconceivable to the regular Joe.
Michelle's kind of giving Brittany the like Nicole Brown Simpson sit down, like that I wish Nicole's friends had really given her.
A bit, but Michelle also is just like, she goes, no, when Brittany says that. Her reaction is not emphatic enough for me.
I mean, yeah.
I would be shaking Brittany and going, he's going to kill you. You've got to get out of there.
I would say like, I can't, on my good conscience, let you like go anywhere without you confirming that you're going to get like security. Yeah. But I think that's the best Michelle can do.
Yeah, she's limited. Jesse says he went through a hookup phase of his own, and then he realized he's a relationship guy. So now he's dating a chick who is completely different than Michelle.
He goes, I'm dating a woman with one of the strongest woman personalities ever.
He's never not dragging Michelle. Every chance he gets to like compare the woman that he's dating now, some woman that lives in Orange County.
He's dating a rindom.
He's dating an Orange County rindom.
Michelle's
couldn't be more different than Michelle.
Michelle has a hot boyfriend, and it seems like it's possible that they were the link that Doute was alluding to all season long.
She says that she's known Aaron for 2 years. Known in the biblical sense?
She's sketchy with her like
she's so sketchy.
Tales of you.
But I love it.
I think he's sexy.
She's describing him to Brittany, and she goes, he's great. He doesn't talk down to me at all. And Brittany goes, God, that's amazing. I was like,
oh, I wonder what that's like. Let's take a shot.
You want a shot?
Let's take a shot. I think we should, before you leave his house today, I want to take a shot. I want you to take a shot, and then maybe you could stay here and we could take more shots.
I love telling someone like I'm in a relationship with a man who like he just never talks down to me.
Oh,
go,
golly,
go! That's amazing.
That's amazing. But Michelle also goes, he's just kind of like, he just gives me a feeling that I never had with Jesse. She goes, ooh, sorry, is that mean? I was like, God.
She's spiritually crushing Jesse every chance she gets and will always have the upper hand as long as she plays her cards right.
And then she says something, I forget what she says, but Brittany goes, girl, I get it. I get it. Wrong hell.
Brittany and random Janet meet at a plant store.
I wrote Brittany and Jenny.
The plant guy goes up to me and he goes, so we got Brittany and we got... And I was like, you and me both, brother. You and me both.
He goes, hey, where are you from? And Brittany goes, Kentucky. And he goes, what does he say? He goes like, well, giddy up or something. And then Janet goes, he's cute. And then Brittany goes, are you single?
Janet goes, you need something 6 foot in your life.
And she goes, and I needed to wear heels to get there. Oh
yeah, because Jax wears like lifts in his shoes.
How tall is that bitch?
He's pretty tall, but you'll never know. Jax could be like, he could not even be Jax. He could be just a completely different identity.
Schwartz, when I met him, was like my height. Or like maybe a little shorter.
He's taller. Sorry?
Sandoval's like 6 foot solidly.
Yeah. I'll be honest, I miss Sandoval.
Hey man, why don't I come over, man? What's he gonna do?
You're hitting rock bottom, man.
What's he gonna do?
I don't know. He's embroiled in his lawsuit with Rock.
Oh my god.
Rock needs to drop it.
Rock is doing sound bath. She's like literally living safe.
Oh wait, maybe she doesn't need to drop it because, well, I don't know if Ariana's still like getting sued by her.
I hope she's not.
But I guess Sandoval did record her
without her consent.
No,
that I mean, I get it.
That's legitimate. We got Brittany and we got.
Hey, Brittany. So Brittany, right? Okay, cool. And then we've got and she goes, Janet. He's like, Janet.
And when she says that, in one ear, right out the other. She's truly the most forgettable person on the planet.
And then he leads him over. He goes, all right, Brittany, here's your chair. And then,
Jennifer.
Sorry, what was it again? Was it JC? Janet. Right. You can sit on down here.
I'm going to say it 3 times to your face. So remember, Janet. Got it. Okay. Take a seat, ladies.
You want wine? You want beer? Cocktail? And Brittany goes, we'll have some shots.
2 shots.
2 shots, please. Make it fast. And he goes, what up? And she goes, any kind of shot. And he goes, 1 shot for Brittany and 1 shot for... Oh,
Julia? And she goes, no, I'm going to get it this time.
Janet. Right.
Right.
Shots coming up.
Brittany is throwing a white party and she's invited everyone except Jax.
She goes, why can't I live my life?
I need to have fun.
I need to have fun too.
And
then Jax is he's such a little bitch that he's not invited, that he's throwing a rival party the same day. What a little fuck.
But
like, let's be real.
We'll see what happens with that. But for now, he's incessantly calling and texting Brittany, and Janet's like, oh my God, like he's calling you a lot. Like, it sounds like the fight you got in was really bad. And Brittany goes, yeah. And then Janet goes, does he realize that he's like this is like rock bottom? Does he realize like he needs help? And Brittany goes, sometimes he does, but then sometimes he says, I'm Jax Taylor. I can do what I want. I swear to God. The incessant calls really gave me chills. I'm very afraid for her. He's scary.
And Janet's like, and then the guy comes over, he goes, how's everything going? He's like, can I get you some snacks? I got some chips. He goes, Brittany, what do you, and she goes, sun chips, please. And he goes, and I'm so sorry. Something's going on with me today. I'm usually better at this.
It's just really hard with some names, you know, they're complicated and like you can't latch. So just one more time.
Janet.
That's it. Exactly. I'll be back with some sun chips for you too.
Then we get to Zack.
Brittany goes, you're going to have a rival party? Grow up. You're 45. You're 45.
Thank God she said it.
Mm-hmm.
Now someone said his age.
Yeah. But he could be
50.
Yeah.
Zack
and Mia are at a restaurant.
Nia sounds like publicity. She goes, isn't the yellowtail amazing?
And he goes, the Zora goes, yeah, it's amazing. And she goes, we'll do that.
I realized he has villain mouth. His
He
lip,
looks
he's
like
that.
Mr. G. He looks like a
He
Chris Lilly
does!
character. And I've
Fully, even the hair.
fully have turned a corner where I love Zack.
Zack is
obsessed with him.
He's like an essential sinister gay, and I love him.
He's, if anything, underutilized.
No, we need Zack.
We need him.
He's an essential worker. Less Janet, more Zack, please. And then we see they're like talking, they're eating, they're schnibbing, and then all of a sudden,
from the moment Nia says, from the moment that Brittany and Jax separated, both Doute and Mia were like, you can fix this. Like, you can work it out, girl. Like, you can save your marriage. I just love Doute being like riding hard for like Brittany to save her marriage with Jax.
well, that is just so Doute of
It's
like
classic
yesteryear.
Doute.
That's like when Stassi tried breaking up with Jax, and Katie was like, you need to give him another chance. I really think he can prove himself. The queen.
People love giving
These men.
Jax another chance.
All these guys.
They love it.
Oh my God. I had Hugo's the other day, and I peered over my shoulder and bore witness to Katie and Tom's old place that was
I thought you were
right
saying
next
they were
to
right there.
the parking garage.
Yeah.
Remember?
Mm-hmm.
God.
I seen it.
Isn't that when she was doing coloring books?
No, that was in a different place.
That was Kings Road.
Yeah. All of a sudden you see the drinks like Jurassic Park. And it pans to outside. Ooh, Big Mama Doute has entered the building.
She goes, she sits down, she goes, what's good here?
Here are the yellowtails. Great.
Na's like, we're just having appetizer. I'm trying to get her, I'm going to get her voice. I can't fully get it yet.
You're not there yet, but you're on to something.
Yeah. She does say like,
is it Mia or Nia?
Not Nia.
Okay.
Right?
I don't know. I forgot. She's
She's
so beautiful. I can't remember.
She's gorgeous.
She's stunning.
Jody sits down. She goes, what do you guys have, Jody? And they go, we've already ordered, so just have some of ours. And she's like, great. I'll have and she's thinking about Luke saying, she hears Luke being like, maybe we should have a healthier lifestyle, less alcohol and more water. And she goes, I'll have a skinny marg.
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll, baby.
They talk about.
She goes, what's up, fuckface? Zach's like, wow.
They talk about the Jackson Brittany of it all. And Doute goes, I'm getting angry. I'm taking on his energy and I want to do something about it. And I was like,
no one you want better in your corner than like, even though she does always kind of have a rough start with like advocating for the man, she always comes home and always pulls it together, and she is in your corner. Doute would be like, I'm going to sleep at your house every single night. I'll sleep in bed with you. I will fucking protect you. And Brittany's like, I don't think I need it that much.
She goes, no, here's what you fucking need.
Here's what you have me come.
You're going to pull up the covers. I'm going to crawl in. I'm going to sleep between your legs. So that way no one will know that I'm there. So if he comes, I'll pop out. And then I'll also be cozy in between your legs.
And she goes, and
everything kind of leads to like them eventually like having sex, because I do believe that Brittany and Doute are endgame for each other. I've always thought this. We've like ideated on this.
Oh, I thought it was just for fun. We always thought, oh yeah, okay.
Remember?
Girl, it's been a while.
Doll.
I'm rusty.
Do you have long COVID?
I think I have something.
You have brain fog.
Mm-hmm.
You need a shot.
I need a shot.
But I've always thought like Doute will ride into the sunset. Like I think ultimately their paths lead to being lesbians together.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I think every time that like it's like in the Brady Bunch movie. She's like, is that your leg? I think
with Ilana Yuba?
Mm-hmm.
Yes. No, that makes true sense. I love it. And she's like, I'll be sleeping between your legs and I'll have a shift knife. So I'll stab him in the fucking eye. And I'll do it several times. Like I'll
kill him and I'll get off. It'll be self-defense. I already Googled it.
I'll fucking kill him. She will though.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I would legitimately feel safer if I knew Doute was like just in the house.
Definitely.
Right?
Yeah.
She's a wild thing.
I mean, she's fucking crazy, man. But she also is kind of clumsy. So like,
no, but she'll take it home. She'll bring it home. She might get like it'll be a rough fight.
It'll be rough and tumble. But
she'll get thrown around and like you'll think she's gone, and then the last minute she'll like appear Scream style and just like shoot him. And yeah.
Okay.
Janet said that Okay, so Janet went on a podcast.
Called Gabbing with
Gibson.
No, the podcast is called Gabbing with Gib.
I know. We follow each other.
Who is that?
Gibson Johns.
I've never heard of this person in my life.
He's a big podcaster in the Bravo world.
Apparently.
Yeah. He's good. He gets good.
Gabbing with Gib just killed me, and I was like, Janet was in a place of who?
But she
went on Gabbing with Gib and intimated that Zack and Doute did not want to see her pregnancy go to full term.
That's
crazy.
And Doute goes, just because I don't like Janet doesn't mean I don't like her child.
Well, also, like,
that is crazy.
No one in this world is like actively wishing someone's
baby.
Janet is like intimating that
she said
both Zack and Kristen were hoping that she would have a late term miscarriage.
She was like, I thought she was gonna be like, they were stressing me out because like there was that one, like I thought at first it was gonna be like she kind of said it in jest, like God, we were all fighting so much. I was like, oh my God, I'm about to go into labor right now. But she was completely serious saying it.
She goes, I just like, really need, I've realized like I need to be around people in my life who want to see my pregnancy go to full term. And I just don't think that was the case with those two. And
that
I'm
was
like,
truly.
You're wretched for that.
Yeah.
Zack did say like he didn't give a fuck if she miscarried, but that was just like a funny gay thing to say. That was in response to someone.
That was in poor taste. But it was.
That's funny.
But it was like.
And he didn't mean it. It's not like he means that.
Right. But she really took it. She took to the pod.
Doute also said that she had a miscarriage last year. So like, how dare Janet even bring miscarriage into the Gabbing with Gibiverse?
But I just love that underrated quote of her going, just because I don't like her doesn't mean I like her child. Like
Doute is Gaia.
Yeah, she's Mother.
Mm-hmm.
She's Mother Earth. Just like Katy Perry said. She appreciates Mother Earth.
Exactly. Doute's filled with love unless you give her a reason to be filled with hate. But then she will hate you, but she won't ever hate your baby.
Never.
Because she's a gypsy.
She'll go up to Janet's baby at night going, she's a bloated Betty Davis. I don't know. For some reason, I also see her as Betty Davis eyes.
I love that. Zack thinks that Brittany is scared of Janet.
He goes, Brittany's made a home for herself in Janet's pussy. I was like, whoa.
I love it.
So Brittany and him are having, I think, a little, because they're old college friends, right?
Yeah, he's like, you need to stand up to Janet or like get away from her. And then he was like, I keep telling Brittany, like, you gotta just like suck it up. Like, just stop sucking, like, Janet needs to like stop sucking your dick. And then he goes, actually, she doesn't suck dick. So, and then they all laugh. I like whenever, and maybe this is like mildly homophobic, but whenever a gay says shit about a woman, like I think it's really funny. When he says like a woman doesn't suck dick, I laugh.
It's a certain kind of gay.
Yeah.
But
when you're saying, Zack, you need to stop terrorizing Janet, she's going to have a miscarriage. And he goes, I don't give a fuck if she has a miscarriage. That's funny.
It's like, it's very like.
He's just saying shit. He's just a shit talker.
He's like he's chaotic.
Yeah.
It's great TV.
Mm-hmm.
Jesse's like hanging around his house. He doesn't have the baby, whatever. He's like empty house, walking around in his flip-flops. And then all of a sudden you hear the doorbell ring and there's a tease of like the legs coming down. He's like pouring wine and you see these like legs coming. I'm like, oh, it's the Newport girl. Like he's going to introduce his girlfriend. But it's Doute.
It's Doute.
The way they tease her.
Covered in leg bruises.
I know, she fell.
Knocks on Jesse's door and he invites her inside and pours her a big old glass of vino.
She goes, yeah, I fucking walked here. She like literally walked from, where does she live? Like Encino?
I don't know.
She walked up Runyon Canyon and then fell down Mulholland Drive style and stumbled into his backyard.
She needed a refresher.
There's a meme of like a girl with like inexplicable bruises and being like, everyone has a friend like this or something. And that's Doute. Just bruises.
Always bruised up.
Yeah.
But when she gets her vino, Mama's happy now.
He goes, I'll pour you a glass of wine. She goes, thanks.
Thanks. Needed that.
So they buried the hatchet. They, as we know, like in last season's finale when Doute was like weird and blackout and like cornering Jesse, and it was really strange. They
had spilled the beans that Michelle had been dating a guy for a year, but no one knows yet the identity of this mystery man, but it might be Aaron.
Or it might be Quentin Tarantino.
Mm-hmm. It could be anybody.
Jesse's like, you know, I know we've been through a lot, and like, who'd have thought like we would be sitting in my back patio having wine together talking about, and she's like, I know, man, it's fucking crazy. And he goes, but I just want to say, like, you were right about everything. And Doute's face, and I was like, that is the quote of the decade.
She goes,
I feel so validated.
When Doute's right, she's fucking right.
She's been right about a lot.
Gaia always knows.
Yeah.
She goes, I think everyone should take a page out of Jesse's book. I love now that he's apologized, everyone should take a page out of his book and line up and start apologizing.
I think the whole city should apologize to Doute.
I think that the entire county of LA should get in a huge single file line and one by one issue a heartfelt apology to Kristen Doute.
Remember when the LA Department of Health would release like daily like death count for COVID? Instead of that, it's daily numbers of apologies.
Daily apology count.
And
admissions of Doute being right.
Mm-hmm.
Danny and Mia go on a lunch date.
They make me really sad.
I am deeply saddened for Mia/Nia, and I think that she functions as a warning to all, not only all women, but especially all beautiful women. This is what could befall you if you don't play your cards right. You could get saddled with 3 brats, be Stockholm syndromed into wanting one more, and be tied to this loser for the rest of your life.
She wants she wants 4 kids. She's like, I'd get pregnant right now if I could. And he's like, well, then if we're gonna get pregnant, then we gotta move to Santa Clarita. I'm like, oh my God. He is banging this tambourine for Santa Clarita. Still, this woman does not want to live in fucking Santa Clarita, Danny. Don't even try.
She's haunted by Santa Clarita.
Literally wakes up in a cold sweat
at
thinking
night
about Santa Clarita. He is terrorizing her. He's like, we could have a mansion out there. I'm like, oh my goodness.
She has nightmares daily about Santa Clarita.
Please stop talking about it. I'm having nightmares about it. She's like, I really want to just like, she goes, my body has been ravaged by having this many kids so fast.
She goes, having children ruin my body.
And he's like, no, I love it.
Because your body's my wonderland. I love it. And she was like, I don't care. I don't want to wait 5 years and have another kid and then try and get my body back. I just want to do it right now and have it and then try. And I was like, that's real.
Yeah.
But Mia/Nia, whatever her name is on the verge of tears when she talks about this. Oh, never not tearing up. And I was like, you can still leave. Leave all your children behind and just get in the car and drive.
And marry
drive to New York.
Yeah.
Go to New York.
It's like the Cole Scola video. I got in my car and I took my license plate off and I drove.
You know, people really look down on moms who leave. But I'm going to say I support Mia getting in the car and driving to New York and starting over.
My great-grandmother left my grandmother and her brother and her husband.
Many moms
back
leave.
In like the 40s.
Many such cases.
I think she was a lesbian. Kind of mage.
It's not too late. It's not too late for her to have a Carol moment.
But no, she's like, she'll be in like waiting at the pharmacy or something, and she'll be standing in line, and all of a sudden a guy or someone will walk by like talking on their phone. He's like, yeah, I'm heading out to the site out in Santa Clarita. Ma'am, your ringworm medication's ready. Thank you. It's that dire that he is literally hiring people with the money he makes from voice over work. He's hiring people to plant the seed of Santa Clarita and keep her on her edge.
At night, when she falls asleep, he pushes play on a tape recorder that just does hypnosis tapes and talks about Santa Clarita facts.
Yeah, like it was founded in, 1915. It was originally like an agriculture center.
People love it here. It's a great place to raise families.
It's near Six Flags.
He's trying to like slowly. One day she will just wake up and she'll be living there.
I got my monkeypox vaccine in Santa Clarita.
Sounds about right.
There was a gay wearing a bulletproof vest.
Sounds about right.
In front of us.
Mm-hmm. Her whole life will pass her by. And she will be in Santa Clarita if she doesn't do something absolutely drastic. There's still time.
Jesus.
Janet and Jason have Danny and Nia over to pregame Brittany's watch party. And
I did want that food. That food looked good.
There was some prosciutto that interested me. I won't lie.
The veggies were piquing my. They were calling to me a little.
I said, I'll set foot in this truly snooze fest of a house. I literally, the second they're on my screen, I fall asleep Vuki style. I go.
And then we go.
Wait.
What?
They mention that there's like the boys chat was like blowing up, and they keep referencing the like boys chat, where I assume that's where the men of the show are on a chat together. And Nia goes, "I've seen the boys chat. It's disgusting." But I was like, what are they sending in this chat?
Do you think Luke is on it?
Probably. He's probably sending the most depraved stuff of all. But like what? How like?
It's disgusting. But
I don't think it takes much to discuss Nia.
Yeah, I don't think they're probably just sending like.
They sent like a picture
memes.
of a pig in mud, and she was like, "That's disgusting."
That is disgusting. Don't show me that. Don't
but
you
I like to
dare.
They're sending like tentacle porn to each other.
They're sending hentai.
Mm-hmm.
When we cut to Jax's boys' rival party that's being held at. I was like, where is this funeral parlor? And then I went, oh God, it's literally Jax's tavern.
It's Jax's shack.
That's his party.
So hot and dry in there.
And guess who he walks in with? Old Tilapia Schwartz. I've chill shot down my spine when I saw Tilapia, and then revealed Bert, one of the triplets. I was like,
was Bert the one who pickled his liver?
Mama, let's research.
Which Schwartz triplet had liver transplant? Bert
should not be.
Bert is out of the hospital drinking Heineken Zeros. He's so back. Can you even drink? Don't those have like 0.5% alcohol? Your commitment to alcoholism, I'm sorry. I love an NA beer, but I'm just going to say your commitment to the pickle life is huge. If you get
it doesn't qualify as a. Okay, can I tell my truth? I saw a movie last night. I went to iPick, and they come and serve you, and they were taking my order. We had this waiter who was very loud. He goes, so, and God bless him. He was doing his best.
Was the movie started?
No.
Okay.
We were just assembling. He was going around before the previews, and he was like, you guys been here before? And we were like, yeah. And he's like, so you know how the system works? And I was like, yes. And he goes, what can I get you to drink? And I was like, do you have like NA beer? And he went, let me check. And he got on the radio and he goes, waiter to bartender. I was like,
he was warfare mode.
And then he goes, do we have any non-alcoholic beer? Is there a non-alcoholic beer available? And like, I was like, well, everyone fucking knows I'm this person getting an NA beer. And
Don't have NA shame.
Oh, I didn't have shame, but he was just making it everyone's business. And then the person goes, yeah, we have a Heineken Zero. And he goes, oh, what button do I have to press to put in the Heineken Zero? And I was just like, okay, this is like, now it's like everyone's business that I'm drinking.
You go, honey, I don't want to see how the sausage is made.
I don't want to know.
Just go over
Can
there.
You go over there and do this quietly. And like, please, I do have a little, like, it is a little like shameful that I'm having
It's not shameful. Please.
I had a little shame.
That's on you, girly. There is nothing wrong with a non-alcoholic beer. Even if you did have a liver transplant, I would side-eye you. I'd say, wow, you miss it, huh?
It just felt very.
But look, life
it was
is
just
for
funny
living.
to be like in this quiet ass theater, and you hear like just quiet murmuring, and this guy's going, "Do we have non-alcoholic beers in this theater?" I was just like, okay.
You have to go. I think whenever you get like a hint of shame, and it'll happen to me at random times. Like NA doesn't cause a shame spiral for me, but like other random things will. But I think in a moment like that, you have to go like Samantha Jones mode.
Be like, darling, if I wanted you to announce it to the whole crowd, I would have bought
a page in the Hollywood Reporter. Can you go to the corner and handle it volume down?
I would have taken an ad out in
Variety.
In the rags.
Well, I wanted the whole city of Los Angeles.
My God, the whole trades are knowing. Everyone, this is tabloid fodder number one. No, but it was just very, like, I actually felt more shame when I would order a Shirley Temple because I would get looks.
From who?
The bartender would sometimes be like, really?
Huh. Not professional.
No. Anyways,
so
Bert's in there.
Bert is alive and well, and he has chosen to spend his precious days on God's green earth hanging with tilapia and Jax at Jax's Studio City. Imagine having a true brush with death, your days numbered, your mortality front of mind, surviving, and then saying, I'm going to go to Jax's. Whomst is this road rat that Jax meets?
Oh,
who?
Lara,
say
who
thank
was
you.
he?
I needed a moment to talk about.
I was literally shook by this fucking Grim Reaper. I was like, who is this Hell's Angel that is hanging out at fucking Jackson's Tavern at Rocco's? What the fuck is going on? Who was this person? He was literally just got off his bike. He'd been traversing Mojave Desert. And rolled the fuck up to Jackson's Tavern, ready to rage.
Ready to welcome his bro Jax with open arms. He goes, mullet man, we should bring it back. I was like, what the actual fuck? I
remember when we found out Jax was going to the gas station every day, the AM PM to get his coffee? Maybe he's like a gas station friend.
He's not. I did some heavy duty research.
Okay.
AKA Sierra did a bunch of heavy duty research and found out this guy, his name and identity, and he's a long time friend of Jack Saylor's, like goes all the way back to like 2015. He's been around.
Damn.
He's one of the boys.
Damn.
But I was like, I've got eyes on this fucking denim vest wearing motherfucker.
The paint, they have painted this town blood red.
No, they have like photos of them at Sky Bar at the Mondrian together.
Oh
like they
God.
go fucking deep.
Everyone was probably like, oh God, Jax, that weird guy is here. Can you imagine like back in the day, like Jax bringing him around and everyone being like, oh, fuck, that guy's here.
And of course, Jax hangs out with a guy that could be like 42 or could be like 65.
Yeah, it's so they sit down and Jax goes, how's the bar going, by the way? And then Schwartz goes, it's going. I was like, yeah, I'll bet.
I know he's asking about Tom Tom. I was like, isn't Schwartz like divested from Tom Tom?
Yeah.
He goes, I'm more worried about you, man.
Yeah, let's keep it on. Let's keep it on.
Janet has realized that she made a grave mistake pissing Doute off, and she wants her back. And unfortunately, she's going to have to kiss Gaia's ring in order to get back in her good graces.
Wait, there's this moment, though, where Schwartz...
This is later.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it goes back and forth.
Right.
We
get to this party. The party was very, all eyes on me in the center of a ring, just like a circus.
Where was this?
Was that brought in? Was that like carousel thing? What was that?
I don't know. I made a mental note that I shan't be going there.
There's a whole world that we don't know about, Lara.
I know.
A whole LA that we are just not privy to, that these kind of people go to like a true circus on top of a roof. What the fuck?
I've like lost the plot.
I have no idea.
I thought I used to be like...
You knew everything.
I thought I knew everything because these people lived in West Hollywood, and so I just knew all the places. But now in the post-COVID landscape of like closures and openings, an entire new subculture has popped up, and it it's worlds that I wouldn't even think to step foot in.
It was like a real.
It was confusing.
They're
downtown.
They're in like a carousel world.
The fact that they drove from the San Fernando Valley to downtown in like the middle of the afternoon.
Downtown LA is incredibly random.
It's one of the most random.
It's one of the most random spaces.
It's like a portal.
Yeah. There was like a TikTok I saw where this girl was like, I live downtown and it's totally like a liminal curse space.
Yeah.
I feel it.
Jesse strolls into the white party, feeling himself. Michelle is there with tall Aaron.
Jesse rolls up kind of near them and Aaron goes, "Hey, Mr. Capri." I was like, oof. He's got his number.
Mm-hmm.
He's tall.
I know. Doute rolls up with her bride, Brittany. She shows her off to all the girls. She goes, "Look at Brittany with her wet look." Because Brittany has like kind of like glossy, wet curls.
And they go,
"Oh, that's beautiful." And Brittany goes, "It's lube."
It's KY.
Because I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm just kidding.
Brittany is in the mood for a joke or two.
She loves a wet hair look.
A wet look.
Yeah.
I love, Doute goes, "Look at Brittany with her wet look."
Doute definitely was like, "I'm coming over. Like, we're going to like pregame a little and like we'll get ready together." Doute loves nothing more than getting ready with someone for a party.
On the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then we're back at boys' night. Bert is sequestered at the bar alone.
Mm-hmm.
He's just there solo.
I think
when Tilapia pulls Jax aside.
Yeah, I think Schwartz is like, anytime I'm not with you, you have to like be tethered to something.
He handcuffs him.
He basically like, it's like putting a dog on a leash when you go inside to get coffee.
And he has to tell every bartender, he goes,
Heineken Zero.
Heineken Zero only.
Yeah. Tilapia
is unfortunately looking quite fuckable.
He looks good.
But
But
then you remember, you mentally go through Tilapia's resume and you remember.
Dirty feet. He goes, "Jax, honestly, like, I'm like, was shocked that you're like capable of this kind of behavior." I'm like, "You're shocked? You're shocked? You didn't know he was capable of throwing something at a woman? Are you fucking kidding me?"
Tilapia's seen Jax like run over someone.
Yeah. I honestly like didn't know you were like capable of this. There's also this moment where Jack starts crying and you just see Schwartz's disembodied hand reach for his shoulder to comfort him, but he can't even
touch him.
No. But it's so fucking Schwartz. Even with if you didn't tell me that he was in this scene and I saw that hand and the hesitation and uncertainty about what he's doing, I'd be like, that's Schwartz's hand.
Mm-hmm.
That is such a fucking Tilapia thing to do.
He goes, "I feel like, honestly, you're headed towards rock bottom with your behavior." And I was like, if Schwartz is telling you that,
yeah,
you're in fucking trouble, sister.
Yeah.
Jax
padded room. I'd go straight. I'd be like, I'm Final Destination. Anything could take me out.
No, it's over for me.
It's over.
Jax hamming it up for the cameras, rubbing his eyes, like pretending to cry. This man does not care.
Yeah.
He's high as shit on blow.
Yeah. He's like, I have this boy who's like looking up to me.
I'm like, honey, that boy hates you.
Yeah.
Spoiler alert, he's better off without you in your life.
This boy, you hurt this boy's mother.
Mm-hmm.
He'll never forget
You've like
you.
Screamed at your son's mom in front of him. Like, he hates you.
Brittany's in a place of shots.
Jesse and Michelle start talking about spoiling Isabella, their daughter, in front of Aaron, Michelle's boyfriend. And I said, "Dolls, please."
Aaron goes, "I'm going to go over here."
I was like, don't have these conversations.
But then Aaron pipes in a little too. I was like, Aaron.
He goes, "Do you get her everything she wants?" And I was like, honey.
You're very cute, but like you
got to sit this one out.
Sit this one out. No matter how bad the guy is.
You don't get to weigh in.
You don't get to weigh in on how people are with their kids.
Yeah. Unless you and Michelle are married.
Yeah.
You got to shut yourself up. Kristen is haunted by a friend who shan't be named, who did Pilates with Janet and then came up to Kristen randomly one day and was like, "I saw Janet and she says everything's great and you guys are going to be friends again."
So he's like, "What the fuck? She goes
would
red
you say that
alert.
to me?
Code red.
No, she's code red. She pulls Jasmine. She pulls Jasmine aside and she's like, yeah, someone like did Pilates with Janet and was like, you're going to be friends. I was like, what the fuck? And as soon as she talks about Janet rolls into the frame.
She goes, Doute, can we talk really quick?
And Doute's like, sure.
And then right at that moment, the plant guy appears and he goes, hey, she goes,
Kristen,
Janet!
it's so good to see you. And you are...
Janet, get the fuck away from me. So they go to the back corner and they start talking.
Janet tries to apologize to Doute.
It's kind of a non-apology.
But also Kristen is really drunk, I think.
She's blackout.
She's slurring her words.
She's like, you said that I could like possibly want something bad to happen with your baby.
She goes, after a summer, you went really hard. Said like I wanted you to have a miscarriage.
She goes, okay, I'm sorry I roped you in with Zack's demonic behavior. And she goes, yeah, but like to even like think that like I'm capable of that, like that's so fucking crazy.
I said, Janet, unfortunately, the verdict is in, and you are anti-gay. I said, calling Zack's behavior demonic is homophobia, and I will not stand for it.
Yeah.
As an ally in this space, I'm going to have to ask you to back off.
Counterpoint, though, it is equally an ally to be a woman and be secure enough to call out a gay for being a demon.
True.
So,
but I don't like Janet.
No.
So in this case, she is unfortunately a homophobe.
And then right at the moment the plant guy comes in, he goes, hey, she goes, fuck your fucking face.
He goes, I'm just going to call you Rebecca because I like really can't remember and I like that name.
Yeah.
Janet goes, are you sorry for anything? To Kristen. And I said, no, you didn't.
Yeah.
You did not just ask Doute that right now.
You can't ask Doute.
Doute spilled tea last summer.
What's wrong with that?
And she goes, your apology feels so not genuine. And she gets up and stalks away.
I know.
She says, I don't see a future where I ever trust Janet again.
That's the quote. That's also the quote of the year.
I know.
That's going to be in my head.
Janet is manipulative. I don't see a future where I will ever trust Janet again.
I wish that could be my senior yearbook quote.
I gave her a shred of grace last season, I feel.
We gave her a mood.
We gave her many shreds of grace. And she shit all over them. And
Janet.
now I don't see a future where I will ever trust Janet again.
I don't trust her, but I want to see Doute and her duke it out more.
Yeah. Doute stalks over to Brittany and Brittany goes, obviously that didn't go well.
Obviously.
And Janet runs into the hallway to cry and random Jesse chases her. I was like, okay, leave.
Jesse's very random.
They're both like so...
Jason.
Who, like, I can't even remember their names.
Jason, Jesse, Luke.
When they are on my
Danny.
screen, I'm like, and it's just the two of them, I'm like, why am I seeing you?
Janet and Jason. And also Janet's been married before her.
That was the most interesting thing about her.
I was like,
they should cast her ex.
Yeah.
Luke goes, Doute tells Luke what happened. He goes, that sounds just like the Janet we've come to expect. I was like, for some reason, you saying this sounds like violence against women.
I know. I love your threshold. You're homophobic. You're violent against women.
I love to draw a hard line in the sand with these people.
Sounds like the Janet we've come to expect.
I go, do not commit violence against women.
Yeah. Yeah, you're suddenly defending Janet.
No,
you're like,
yeah.
That woman, she is a new mother. Leave her the fuck alone.
She's a new mom, and people were threatening her
to have a miscarriage.
Pregnancy, and do not commit violence against women. And I have my eye on you.
I'm watching you. And from across the party, you go like this. Michelle and Jesse have this like very awkward talk. Michelle goes, so I'm working with a woman who gets preschoolers into the best schools. We're talking schools, top schools full of, she works with millionaires and billionaires. I was like, okay.
Neat. Sounds like a great
Sounds like
grift.
everyone in LA.
I love that.
And he goes, well, you know, what if I wanted to go to school in like Newport Beach? And she goes, well, that's not going to happen because she's a resident of Los Angeles. So she'll be going to school where she lives.
Michelle is obsessed with the county lines.
Yeah.
She's obsessed with Jesse dating a woman that doesn't even live in this county.
She goes, you chose to date a woman that lives in Orange County, but like that should not like have any bearing on where our daughter goes to school. And he's like, yeah, well, I might just do it though.
He goes, I might move down to Newport. And she goes, okay, you can move down to Newport, and Isabel will stay here in Los Angeles County where she will go to school.
She goes, and I will have full custody over her.
He goes, if you think you're getting full custody, you have another thing coming.
She goes, I absolutely can get full custody if I want. I can talk to a lawyer.
She goes, I'll talk to my lawyer. Why don't you move down there, and then we'll take it to court and a judge will figure it out. And I was like, you guys are fucking crazy for this.
What is with all these men threatening to move to like random parts of SoCal?
This is all Jesse has, is a threat to move to Orange County for his like girlfriend of 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Like he's baiting Michelle right now to get a reaction out of her, and unfortunately she's taken the bait.
Mm-hmm.
But like she really needs to call up one Ariana Madix and learn about gray rocking.
She needs to call up that lawyer that always represents like the Me Too women. What's her name?
Gloria Allred.
Yeah, get Gloria Allred on his ass.
She does. But like fighting about taking your ex-husband to court over like custody issues. I mean,
and then
please keep doing it.
And then
but
bringing
I'm also
Newport
like,
Beach into the matter. I'm like, this is all so fucking crazy.
You're crazy. To also just know that your child could pull up this episode later in life and like watch you have this fight is so wildly unbecoming.
Be like, wow, I was used as a prop for like a weapon.
Mm-hmm.
I do think Michelle maintained she ended up keeping the power over him, because I did like that she calmly went, okay, you can do that.
She did take it back to a calm place.
Mm-hmm. She went, Anne Hathaway, calma,
calma.
calma.
Jesse apparently told Michelle when they got divorced that he will get revenge on her.
He's such a douche.
And he will make her life hell for divorcing him. And she said he told her that he will do anything to ruin my life.
Fuck.
I truly am like, after the like, I will never get married.
No.
I will never get married. And I will tell every woman I know, please don't ever get married to a man. Imagine divorcing, God forbid, imagine divorcing Simon and he tells you he will now commence into getting revenge on you and he will make your life hell for this.
It's a true nightmare.
Going through a divorce nightmare
is
not my life bingo card.
Having a kid in the mix.
Weaponizing a child and threatening to go to court, like the fact that people have to like hire lawyers and like go to court and battle it out in a court of law over like children is crazy.
It's kind of giving Bethany and Jason. The scariest divorce of all time. The most haunting divorce.
Though I would say, well, I don't even think it would be that fun to be like a divorce lawyer, but you can make bank.
Oh, yeah.
But you also get like threatened. I think I was reading something. Divorce lawyers get like threatened all the time by angry spouses.
Oh, I'm sure. It ends with Doute going, last summer was bad, but I never thought this summer would be worse.
I said, I hope they say that every year that this show happens. I need a soundbite for every season going, the last 2 summers were horrible, but I never thought this summer would be worse.
We learned so much that summer. It's very like teen, like
it's so teen.
She's living in a place of like
she's on the hills.
She's in like I know what you did last summer.
No, and I want the show to be on for the next decade and her going, the last 10 years were hellish and worse than I could ever imagine, but I never in a million years thought that the next 10 years would somehow be worse.
How was the summer at the beach with your boyfriend? How did that work out for you? Oh my God, a clip came up from the hills where Emily Weiss was this intern that came from New York to LA to work for a week and was like kind of terrorizing Lauren Conrad, and it was amazing. Mm-hmm. Iconic. I need to rewatch The Hills.
I kind of think that, but then it also moves so slow.
It's really bad.
That like I don't think it would hold my attention.
No.
And like nothing in the moment it was so perfect.
Remember Audrina said that? Isn't she from like Santa Clarita or something?
She has Santa Clarita eyes.
Ceiling eyes. Well, that was a good hour 40.
It's good to be back.
It's
Thank
really
you guys
good
for
to be
sticking
back.
with us.
Guys, we are so locked in. This is going to be a good spring.
Oh, it's going to be a great Q2. Looking the fuck up.
Looking up.
Looking way up.
Let's give a shout out to our
Cult members.
culties, our stallions. Gina Sapienza.
Sexy Unique Gandalf.
Ro Rosengarten.
Ash Kelly.
One of the dolls.
Teddy the Schnauzer and Tony and Mango's cult.
Alex Delisle.
Makeup Fresh.
Obviously.
Emily Vaughn.
Gina Sapienza.
Sarah Elizabeth from Boston.
Lucy from London.
Brooke Johannesson.
Lilia Farrell.
Danielle from the Brim.
Mary.
Katie Sulin.
Mike Earhart.
Matthew Thomas.
Owsley Robinson.
Kathy West.
Kip Moore.
Orlando.
Patriot of the Farts.
Nick Sedaris.
Mr. Brandon.
Emily.
Kim Lucas.
Drew from Toronto.
Katie the Sup Lawyer.
RJ.
Modern Counseling, McLean, Virginia.
Jeffrey
Pradama.
Guys, we know you love the pod, but if you don't subscribe to the Set Patreon, you're missing out on literally over 300 bonus episodes.
Crazy.
Ad-free episodes of the podcast, recaps of seasons 1 and 2 of Vanderpump Rules, and so much more. We release a bonus episode every week. And here's a clip of this week's bonus episode for your listening pleasure.
Speaking of someone who's having a true moment here on Earth, Gaga's Coachella set was unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
2 hours long.
I know.
A full.
She was only booked for like an hour and a half or hour 20
She
minutes
pushed
or
it.
something.
But it was like a full musical. It was unbelievable. I loved that opera house, that kind of dark Venetian.
It was very Italian, very Roma.
It was a throwback to her VMA performance of Paparazzi where she hanged herself. They had also had like a Venetian opera house set, and I think that was like a part of the throwback. It was unbelievable.
Yeah.
What was your favorite part?
Honestly, when she did Beast Inside, I felt really vindicated because I was with a group of people watching it, and I was like, really wanted her. I needed a Beast Inside moment. And they were like, it's not going to happen. And then sure enough, it did. And I screamed.
Can I say you should be vindicated because it really grew on me.
Yeah, it's such a fucking
really good
song. You can't fight who you are, 11:59.
It almost sounds like Phil Collins or something.
Yeah.
Kind of like that slow burner 80s like sex ballad. I think my favorite moment was maybe in when she's in the sand.
I liked her in the litter box.
But I loved when she donned those Mugler crutches.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, this is, what is that? It's just, it made no sense.
I also loved the zombie boy dancing with the
really
skeletons. Was really fun. And we got to see it. The set list, obviously didn't have the Mayhem songs, but she did a lot of the same songs that she had done on Chromatica Ball, like Shisa, and I just love that.
I loved like when they started plating her with all the Mugler stuff, and then I went, what are those things? I was like in bed watching alone. I was like, what's she gonna do now? Is she those? Not the crutches. I was literally like, that felt classic Gaga. Just her walking out on stage. Like, it was just, no one does that except her.
But also I liked how like self-referential it was. And I love her little like page boy wig. And then she also,
looks incredible.
What a versatile queen. Looks incredible blonde. And I was starting to get inspired to go.
The blonde hair.
Very, very blonde.
Like Village of the Damned blonde.
I was feeling a blonde
Khaleesi?
tug. You'll appreciate that I'm Khaleesi and I have my dragons in my corner. No, I was feeling called to the blonde side.
I loved the moment too when she went, and I loved how she wanted you to know that she was singing live, so you could hear the. I was like, damn, she's, there's not a doubt in our heads. And then when she climbed up and. There was this moment that I screamed where they had two giant screens and she went up into like the little Juliet balcony and went like that. And I was like, and everyone screamed and it was like Evita. It was like kind of fascist almost.
Oh yeah. There were notes of fascism.
And I loved her chess playing poker face moment when she went up to herself in that amazing crown outfit, and she went, "What do you think you're doing here?" Damn, it made me really regret not going.
I felt the opposite. I felt like so glad to not be there.
Really?
Because it looked so crowded. No one was dancing. It was really bizarre. Like everyone was just kind of standing there with phones, and I want to dance. I want to be around a crowd that's like scream singing and dancing. And it felt very like California crowd that just like is unmoved.
I mean, they were cheering pretty hard.
Yeah, by the end they had like a little more energy. I think things had thinned out a bit, but like I was like, I need to see mayhem in like another country. If you like what you hear, why don't you mosey on over to patreon.com/sexyuniquepodcast. Become a subscriber for bonus episodes, video bonus episodes, and a very special video-only series called That's So Rindom. Patreon.com/sexyuniquepodcast.
Meet you back in the valley next week.
Bye.